Hey everybody, welcome back. So, another depression update because Zoloft didn't work for me. I have several friends and there are a lot of anecdotal stories about Zoloft being the absolute amazing thing for people. So this is nothing against Zoloft. Zoloft is an amazing drug that helps thousands of people, and if you are one of those people, please let me know because that is so awesome for you. It did not work for me. It super did not work for me. I never really felt, well, let me back up. So if you have been watching up until this point, I went on BuzzBar first. This was very early this year in 2021. I was experiencing a lot of depression and just flat mood symptoms, and so I went on BuzzBar and hydroxyzine when needed. After about 3 months, it stopped working. I moved, so I had a new doctor, and she took me off of hydroxyzine and put me on BuzzBar as needed, but the base medication was going to be Zoloft. I started at 25 milligrams, just to see what it did, to see how I did. She said she wanted to start me off on a low dose just to make sure that I didn't get any crazy side effects. And if I did, they would be mild enough to where maybe they would go away before we increase the dose. Zoloft made me feel like a walking zombie. I was so tired the entire time I was on it. I never felt like I was fully rested, even though some nights I would go to sleep at 9 and the next morning I would sleep in until like 8:30 or 9, which if you know me, that is not like me to sleep that much. Usually I'm like a tight 8 hours person and that's it. It was really terrible to feel like I was never really rested and to feel like I could never really wake up. That entire month I was on it, I felt like I was walking around in a fog. I didn't reply to messages. I felt like the tasks that I had to do at my job were so difficult for me. Like things that I would normally understand really quickly, I was having people explain to me over and over again, and I was terribly self-aware of the fact that I was not understanding them. So that was embarrassing and inconvenient because I am usually one of those people that is hanging on your every word and then anticipating what you're going to say next because I'm paying such close attention to you. I could not do that on Zoloft. It was so miserable. I would take it right before bed and sleep all night and never really feel fully awake. So I told my doctor about it. She said, well, let's do your depression scale. So the depression scale that she used was the PHQ-9. It is a common one for testing depression. That was the one that she used to first assess me when she did put me on the Zoloft. So she said, you know what, if you have a drastic improvement in depression, then I think we should just double the dose of Zoloft, and hopefully your elevated mood will also help your energy level. So she tested it. I scored the exact same as the first time. So she was like, okay, well, let's change the medication. And so she gave me a choice. She said, you can either do Lexapro or you can do Wellbutrin. She said Wellbutrin has more of a stimulating effect, and so that might be the best option for you since you definitely had the side effect of sleepiness with the Zoloft. And then the Lexapro is actually in the same category, but sometimes Zoloft doesn't work for people and Lexapro does. So she talked to me about it and she says, it's going to be up to you. Which do you want to do? And I said, let's go ahead and try Lexapro just to make sure. I've heard several stories of people where it does not work on Zoloft, but it does work on Lexapro, even though they're in the same class. Instead of giving me 10 milligrams of Lexapro, which is what the 1-for-1 is with Zoloft, 25 milligrams equals 10 milligrams of Lexapro. She put me on 5 because she says I don't like putting people on more than 5 just to start with. So she put me on that, and the first day I was on it. So I did not take it that evening. I did not take Zoloft that evening. I took Lexapro that evening. And the next morning I woke up and I felt rested for the first time since I had been on Zoloft. I had good energy throughout the day. It was really awesome. It was really exciting. And I was very, very, very thankful to be off the Zoloft. On the other hand, since it was somewhat of a decrease in medication, I spent the day crying. There were a couple stressful things that happened that were honestly not outside of the ordinary, and I just absolutely fell to pieces. I am still waiting for the Lexapro to kick in fully. I am only on 5 milligrams, so I don't know if I just need to wait and then see how it goes and see if she wants to increase it later or if the 5 milligrams will be enough. I already feel a mood increase from when I was on the Zoloft, so that's really good. I also signed up for a gym membership, which is something that when I was on Buspar and when I was on Zoloft, I did not even consider because my energy was zapped. Like it was like there's no way I'm going to have time or energy to go to the gym at all. And then once I got on the Lexapro, I was just like, no, like this will be good. Like, let's figure out a way to make it work. I am excited about that. I am still in therapy, still doing all the things, trying to get enough sleep, trying to surround myself with the good. I know it's really hard these days with everything going on. I know coronavirus is raising its ugly head once more, and then everything in Afghanistan, it's really tough. But as much as I can, trying to surround myself with things that are uplifting and not getting caught in the weeds of all the stuff that's going on. So I just wanted to give you guys an update and let you know that I am no longer on Zoloft, but I am trying out Lexapro. So after the first month, I will let you know how it goes. I'll let you know if it totally worked and all my problems are solved, or if I needed to increase it, or if I needed to get off of it and try Wellbutrin. So thank you guys for hanging out. Let me know what you're on. Let me know how it works for you and how you're doing. Talk to you later.